Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be mixing random ingredients into putty. I've done this video before and you guys seem to enjoy it, so here's another one. The first putty is called Super Lava, and by the way, most of the putties in this video are from cra-z-geezers, which I believe is an OG brand. I feel like it's been around for a long time now. I had a difficult time opening this. Like, this is just an edited version, but I had 15 minutes of raw footage of me literally trying to pry open the lid for the life of me, and I finally got it open. Yay! You can see that some of the putty has dried out, probably because of shipping and it's cold outside. So I can see why it's called Super Lava, because it does remind me of a volcano, like nature, copper tone colors going on. The texture is a typical putty, you know, it's semi-stretchy, a little bit hard but not too hard. The first ingredient or thing or whatever that I'm going to be adding into putty is toothpaste. I feel like toothpaste is known for melting slimes, so I'm interested to see if this will melt the putty or possibly soften it. I don't know why I'm using a spoon to spread it around, probably because I didn't want to get my hands dirty, but I eventually used my hands anyways. I don't really get my logic there when I was filming this. It didn't take too long for it to soften the putty or melt it down. Actually, it got really stringy, and the more I kneaded it, it got even more stringy. So at this point, I was worried if it would come together or not. And at last, it did eventually come together, so that's great. And it smelled good, by the way. It smelled like mint, obviously, which I don't really care too much about scents for putties, but I think it's a nice touch. And the color is not like the most horrible thing. I mean, it's like a blue, silvery blue color. Moving on to the next putty, this one is called Eye Candy. It said that the more you play with it, it would turn pink, but that's a lie. That didn't really happen, which is sad. This one was really tough, way tougher than Super Lava. It literally felt like I was trying to lift weights every time I was stretching this, which I don't do, by the way, which explains why I'm probably weak. Let's not talk about that. It's disappointing to me because I did let these putties sit at my house for 24 hours before filming them, and my house is pretty warm due to the heater. And yeah, it rips, it's not fun to play with. So the ingredient that I wanted to add is hair gel because it's known for softening slimes. So I thought, would this soften the putty? This was quite difficult to mix just because the putty is tough and the hair gel would just sit on top of the putty, so I kind of had to like spread it around with my hands, and it did make my hands slippery, which was a little disgusting, but it was easy to clean up. Adding more because it didn't really do much the first time. It started to break down the putty into thick chunks, so this means that the hair gel is working, but I was worried if it would come together because this reaction is similar to the toothpaste one but not as dramatic. I added a little bit of water into this just because the putty was slippery due to the hair gel residue, and it did come together, so that was great. And this is the final result. The final texture is better, but I would love it if it was even softer because it was still like not as fun to play with. This one is called Sunburst, and I was grateful because thank God this was easy to open along with eye candy than super lava, so that's a plus. This one was similar to eye candy because it was tough and really hard to stretch, not fun to play with. But I noticed that the more I play with it, I noticed some yellow tints, so that's pretty awesome. I will be adding lotion to this to see what will it do. Is it going to soften the putty? Is it going to do anything at all? So at first it started to divide into thicker chunks, but then it got really stringy. Some of the putty got really thin like this, and it could not be saved. Like I tried to mash it together, make it compact to see if it will like turn into one whole thing again, but that didn't really happen, so I do not recommend adding lotion into putty. Last but not least, this putty is from cra-z-geezers, and this is a liquid glass putty, so it's clear. It came in a bag, and it came with these googly eyes and carrot nose. I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be in there, so I just thought it was weird. I mean, it's cute, but I didn't know if it was supposed to be in there. So this one was the stretchiest out of all of the putties that I have shown in this video, and it's clear, it's beautiful. I wanted to add Play-Doh into this just to see what would happen. Like, will it be like a buttery texture? Is it going to melt? Will it soften it even more? This was really smooth and easy to mix in, so I was really happy about that. Immediately after mixing in the Play-Doh, this is the texture, or so I thought. Like, this looks amazing. It was so fun to play with. It actually felt like slime. But then later, as I played with it more, it got sticky. So I was wondering, what if this has PVA in it? Like a possibility. So I tried to add some borax into this to see if it will become less sticky. And you guys, that actually did happen. Like, it made it better, made it not as sticky. So this means that this probably does have some sort of PVA in it, but it did take a couple of tries of adding borax into this before it became this, which is such a nice texture. Like, I really enjoyed playing with this. It reminds me of like a buttery ice slime. So because of the result of that, I wanted to see what would happen if I added Play-Doh into the really tough putties that I've shown in this video. So I added it into eye candy. And it became a purple color, which I'm not complaining. I love the color. It did got softer, so if you have a really hard putty, add some Play-Doh into them if you don't mind it smelling like Play-Doh, and if you don't mind it changing color. And that concludes this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end and you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.